The Whispering Cell of Blackstone Prison. In the south side of Chicago, there was an abandoned prison called Blackstone Penitentiary. The building had been empty for over 20 years, but every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., people living nearby claimed they could still hear metal doors slamming shut inside the prison. No guards, no prisoners, no electricity. But one cell was never found empty. Tonight, I'm going to tell you the terrifying story of cell 214 and the inmate who never left. His name was Daniel Reeves, a 27-year-old urban explorer from Chicago who uploaded abandoned places on YouTube. He loved exploring forgotten hospitals, tunnels, and old buildings. But there was one place his subscribers kept begging him to visit: Blackstone Prison. The prison had been shut down after a violent riot in 1998, where 11 inmates disappeared during a fire in the underground wing. Officially, they were declared dead, but their bodies were never found. Daniel ignored the rumors at first, until one night he received an anonymous email. The message contained only 3 words: "Find cell 214." Attached below was a blurry photo of a prison cell door covered in scratch marks. At the bottom of the image, someone had written, "He still whispers." 3 nights later, Daniel arrived outside the prison with his camera equipment. Rain poured heavily over the rusted gates. The building looked dead. Massive concrete walls towered over him like a graveyard for forgotten souls. As he entered through a broken side door, his flashlight flickered. The inside smelled of mold, rust, and something rotten. Every hallway echoed with dripping water. The prison uniforms still hung inside abandoned lockers. Some prison cells were open. Others looked like they had been clawed apart from the inside. Daniel tried joking with his audience while filming, but his voice sounded nervous. Then he noticed something strange. Every wall leading deeper underground had the same words scratched into it: "Don't listen to him." After nearly an hour exploring, Daniel discovered a staircase leading underground. The basement was colder than the rest of the prison. Too cold. His breath became visible. The deeper he went, the quieter everything became. No dripping water, no wind, nothing. Just silence. Then, a voice whispered through the darkness, "Help me." Daniel froze. He turned his flashlight toward the cells. Empty. But the whisper came again. "Please, open the door." His camera microphone barely captured the sound, but it was enough to terrify him. At the end of the corridor stood cell 214. Unlike the others, this door was completely clean, almost untouched by time, and from beneath the door, Daniel saw movement. Daniel slowly approached the cell. Inside the small viewing window, he saw a man sitting in the corner, perfectly still, wearing an old orange prison uniform. Daniel's heart pounded violently. "How are you in here?" he whispered. The prisoner slowly lifted his head. His face was impossibly pale. His eyes looked completely black. Then the man smiled, a long, unnatural smile. "You finally came back," the prisoner said. Daniel stepped backward. "What?" The prisoner stood up slowly. Chains dragged across the floor. "You left me here to burn." Suddenly, Daniel's camera glitched. Static filled the screen. And for 1 second, the prisoner appeared directly in front of the cell door. Impossible. Daniel stumbled backward in terror. Then every prison door in the basement slammed shut at once. Bang, bang, bang. Panicking, Daniel tried running upstairs. But every hallway looked different now. The prison felt alive, like it was moving around him. Then his flashlight revealed an old security office. Inside, dusty VHS tapes were scattered everywhere. One tape had 214 Incident written on it. Daniel found an old television and pressed play. The footage showed security guards dragging a screaming inmate into cell 214 during the 1998 riot. The prisoner kept shouting the same words again and again. "He's not human." Then the video suddenly cut to static. But through the static, Daniel noticed something horrifying. A tall shadow standing behind the guards, watching. The tape resumed seconds later. Every guard inside the footage was dead, bodies twisted unnaturally across the floor. And cell 214 was open. The lights above Daniel suddenly turned on by themselves, one by one. The hallway outside illuminated slowly. Then he heard chains dragging again, closer this time. Daniel grabbed his camera and ran, but everywhere he turned, he kept ending up back at cell 214, again and again and again. Then the whispering started, not from the hallway, from inside his head. "You promised you'd save me." Daniel covered his ears and screamed. The cell door slowly creaked open. Inside, the prisoner stood smiling in darkness. Except now, there were dozens of human shapes standing behind him. Burned figures, motionless, their hollow eyes staring directly at Daniel. The prisoner whispered, "We've been alone for so long." Daniel suddenly remembered something terrifying. Years earlier, his father had worked as a prison guard at Blackstone before dying mysteriously. Daniel had once found newspaper clippings hidden in his father's garage. The riot, the fire, the missing inmates. His father had survived that night, but according to the reports, one inmate was accidentally locked inside the basement wing during the fire. Cell 214. The prisoner burned alive while guards escaped. And ever since that night, people claimed the prison was haunted by something pretending to be him. Not a ghost, something worse. Something that learned human voices. Something that whispered. Daniel's camera battery dropped to 1%. The whispers became louder. The burned figures slowly stepped out from the darkness, their feet scraping across the concrete floor. Daniel ran toward the exit staircase, but the prison doors slammed shut again. Then the lights died completely. Total darkness. Only Daniel's camera night vision remained active, and in the green glow of the camera, hundreds of prisoners were suddenly standing silently around him, watching. Not moving, just staring. Then the whispering man appeared inches from Daniel's face, his jaw stretched unnaturally wide, and he whispered, "Stay." The camera hit the floor. The footage ended. 3 days later, police entered Blackstone Prison after Daniel was reported missing. They found his camera in the basement corridor, still recording. But Daniel himself was never found. The final frame of the footage showed cell 214 slightly open, and someone standing inside, smiling. To this day, Blackstone Prison remains abandoned. But locals near the building still report hearing whispers at exactly 2:13 a.m. And sometimes, if you stand near the prison gates long enough, you can hear a voice quietly asking, "Will you open the door?"